We're here at Garmin's headquarters in Olathe, Kansas. This is where it all goes down, everywhere from fulfillment to manufacturing to testing all the equipment. We're gonna go do a full tour. We're gonna go check out the marine side and the aviation side, kind of compare the two, and yeah, we're really excited, so let's go.
All right, we are here at the Garmin headquarters. This is what we call the tower, which is the main building, our main facility. We're going to take you through the marine engineering areas, kind of walk you up through where all of our hardware designs are done. A lot of our software engineering teams are here. We have a few other facilities, but the majority of it's here. And then we'll take you to some of our engineering test facilities. This area here is where we design a lot of the marine hardware. So we have a group here that designs our radars. On the next aisle, we have a group that does some sonar. This just shows kind of the extent of the range of some of the displayed products. We have our kind of entry-level Striker fish finders, EchoMap UHD 2, EchoMap Ultras, and then, you know, the big 9000 series. Then we have the X3s and 8600s and a bunch of saline displays.
So the 9000 series the biggest so far?
Yep. 27-inch is the biggest. All 4K resolution, incredibly fast kind of processing power.
Wow.
Includes our new Garmin BlueNet, which is gigabit speed networking, so it can handle, you know, huge amounts of data on the network, 16 cameras at a time, one helm, HTML5 kind of servers. So it's highly capable, and that's kind of our platform for the future. We release a new software update every 3 months. Every quarter. We typically try to time those around, you know, the big boat shows, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. One in June, just in time for, you know, peak boating season. Each one of those software builds gets thoroughly tested because it includes updates for all of the equipment on the Garmin network that Garmin builds. So,
including even this?
Exactly, okay. And they all release all at the same time. So these teams run very coordinated tests to make sure those software updates are compatible with legacy products. Like maybe you have some older 7600s on the network with a brand new 9000. We design the equipment to all be interoperable and still work. So we have to go and do all that testing every 3 months when we release a new software update.
Oof.
So you'll see these different racks can be configured for different setups on different boats, different boat types. Some of the racks have multiple different boat networks. If a customer's having an issue with some system on their boat, we can build a rack and actually test it, recreate the issue, potentially put out a software fix for it, or tell the customer what is causing their problem.
From here to that specific unit.
Right. These racks are set up to include all the equipment you would find on a typical boat. And we have other racks here that may include like engine systems. So this is a cart with a Volvo IPS system minus
with the joystick and everything?
Minus the engine. So if there's a customer with a Volvo engine having an issue with their system, we can try to pull all that equipment together. So there's lots of different racks. There's a C-Star steering system. If a customer's having a problem with the C-Star pilot or whatever, we can
this is
kind of build these systems to try to recreate and find root cause of those issues. And a lot of those customer support people found their way to marine because they're passionate about marine. They're either a fisherman themselves, they own a boat themselves, they have an interest and a background in it.
So they got basic knowledge where they can start the diagnostic there, and then if not, it'll come up to you guys.
Correct. So we built this platform in this area just so we could look at, you know, when we're designing the new trolling motor, stowing and deploying, it's hard to simulate that and set that up, and you can't get a large group of engineers standing around on the water. So we just had this facility where the mechanical team that's located here can come and install some equipment. We can also run some testing, like this is running like a lifetime cycle testing. So it's just gonna sit here and spin.
For how long? Just,
do you know on this test, sometimes they range, sometimes we'll run them till they break just to see ultimate.
That's the goal though, you want,
wow. So it'll run for several thousand hours.
So then you can
see if there's an issue, take it apart, our part's worn. Do we need to fix a new part? Maybe we're qualifying a new part.
That's awesome.
We've got a few different areas in the building we can do this. So it'll just run and see
how long,
as the cable binds up and
does it get corroded
or does it wear through? Does it cause damage? So you know, here we might be just cycle testing the cable itself to see as we wrap it lock to lock.
Does it chafe or whatever?
Does it chafe? Does it wear out? Does it damage the cables over time? So, on the trolling motor system, there's a lot of different components, and this is just live testing that one.
This is how you perfect things.
Collection of the awards we've won recently, probably since 2019, maybe.
All right, Cliff, where are we at?
Nice to meet you. So this is our test facility here in Olathe. So this is where we do the majority of our mechanical testing here to prove out robustness and design quality. I'll point this area out just because it's really interesting. This is our machine shop area. This is a really good asset for us because it allows us to quickly prototype parts and make changes as we get test results. So this is a really good tool that we use to quickly get products out on the market.
Before a Garmin product ever hits the shelf, it's been tested again and again. From freezing temperatures to blazing heat, salt and vibration testings, every product including watches, chart plotters, trolling motors, has to prove it can take a beating and still perform. Benjamin, thanks for having us here, man. Where are we? Tell me what we got here. This is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, so we're at the one of our flight sim labs here at Garmin in Olathe, and this is probably one of our nicer simulators. And you're kind of looking at Garmin's new G3000 Prime flight deck here. So this is the latest and greatest from Garmin for our aviation industry.
All my followers think that Garmin is so like marine based only, boating and that's it. But really, I mean, you guys are almost bigger in aviation, is that correct?
Yeah, we're almost like an aviation company.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we started out. Back in the day with like the GPS 100.
Yeah.
And our founders kind of left King Radio and started Garmin. And then we branched out and kind of diversified into other segments, so like outdoor, marine, which you're familiar with. I work in aviation human factors. Okay. And I'm a pilot myself.
I figured you were.
And we just try and make products that like I'm a pilot and I kind of design what I would want to fly with.
Yeah.
This moves the control surfaces on the outside of the airplane. Right now we're in kind of a business jet. This is set up to be a Cessna Citation jet.
Okay.
And if you move the control column back, it'll essentially, once we have enough speed over the airplane, airflow over the wings, this should cause the airplane to pitch up, and then pushing forward would do the inverse, so it'd pitch the nose down. And you can also roll the aircraft left or right here.
This is simulated on a specific airport. What airport is this?
This is downtown Kansas City.
Okay.
We can go wherever you
Yeah,
like.
I know.
So if you like to go to your hometown to an airport and
let's go to Wilmington.
Here, so this is our primary flight display. And over here on the left, we have the airspeed tape and our altitude tape. So these are your airspeed in nautical miles per hour. Right hand on the throttle, left hand on the yoke there. You can slowly advance those to full. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Silence that. And you can rotate now. Yep. Keep bringing it back towards your chest. And you should lift off right here. All right. Yeah, hold that right there. Okay, we got a pause rate of climb. You're gonna put your gear up. Let's lower the nose here, so reduce the back pressure. Yeah, we can fly visually outside. There you go. That's it.
Garmin makes it pretty easy. All right, where the heck's Wrightsville?
So here's our radar altimeter. So we literally have a device on the bottom of the airplane telling us how high above the ground we are. So we're 1,850 feet above the ground. So you could drop down if you'd like to.
There's that Onslow Bay flying down the waterway.
So yeah, turn to stay within it. There you go. And more back pressure to get it up. So there you go.
Basically just following that thing.
All right, and I'm gonna start getting you configured to land here. I already got your gear down. We're gonna go first notch of flaps. So yeah, we can fully transition your eyes to the outside now and just fly the runway. There you go. As we get closer, I'll have you just add a little bit of back pressure to slow our descent rate. Then we'll touch down.
Now back.
So I pulled your power all the way. Yeah, just slowly. Keep us on the center line. There you go. And hold that right there and touch. Okay, now you're steering with your feet, so give it a little bit of left without pressing the brakes, yeah. And then I'm gonna give you your thrust reversers.
Oh, I pressed the brakes, that's why.
Yeah. All right, there's your thrust reverse.
That probably looks hilarious.
That was not bad. Well, you kept us on the runway. It was pretty good. All right, last thing, you wanna try a carrier landing?
Sure.
So that carrier's probably giving us 20 knots. Yeah, nose forward a little bit.
Why is she saying pull up?
Oh, she's worried I'm gonna inhibit her. She's worried we're about to crash into terrain. She doesn't know the carrier's here. Are you doing good? Gentle, gentle, yeah. Keep that back pressure in, you're looking good. All right. Straighten the wings, straighten the wings. Oh! All right, go around.
Wait, so it just bounces back up?
Yeah, let's see if we can
All right, we're done.
We saved it. We just did a touch and go on a carrier. Oh, just keep it straight. We're landing perfectly here. A little bit of back pressure here. All right, and yeah, just hold it right there. Damn. Oh, we bounced it.
Dude, I want to see you do it.
Want to see me do it?
Yeah.
But I kind of want to get us as slow as possible to give us the best chance here. All right, I'm also going to do a bit of a steep turn here, so I'm going to add a bunch of power. A bunch of back pressure.
You're at 112.
Oh, I got too much. And speed brakes, and I'm on the brakes as well.
Dude, that is so cool.
We'll put like pilots in the sims, kind of like these, and then run them through scenarios.
And test
like,
that.
make sure we design the feature right.
Yeah.
You know, like how long did it take them to complete a task? Could they find where we put this setting, or was the user interface clear and concise? Was it usable, essentially? And so that's what we kind of get to do here. And I also get to fly for fun, of course, like we did today.
Dude, I'm just 23 years old. He's killing it. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having you. Good job on the landing.
I tried.
Kept it on the runway. Not many people can do that.
We had one mess up, but we'll cut that one out of the camera. All right, we're here at Garmin's hangars where they have all their airplanes. I'm here with Jessica, who's one of the pilots. Jessica, tell me about this place. What do you guys do here?
Yeah, so we do a lot of mixed bag of things that we do here. We do a lot of transportation and corporate flying, our execs, our sales managers, and we also do a lot of flight test activity, testing our avionics, our flight displays, our autopilots, things like that.
Okay, so is there specific planes you test on, or do you guys just throw them out on any of these?
Yep, so we have a group of like certificated aircraft that we do all of our normal transportation flying on, and then we have a different group of what we call experimental aircraft that we can do all of our flight test activities on. So this is our Citation XLS. We purchased it several years ago with some competitors' avionics in it. We took it all out and then put 3 glass Garmin flight displays and autopilot, all the works in it, and then made that into what we call an STC, or a supplemental type certificate that our customers can buy if you have this airplane and put an all Garmin cockpit. So this airplane is well loved and well used, but what we did with Autoland in the King Air 200, and this is about 2 years ago, is that we took the aircraft and we said, you know what, we have the flight deck, we have the autopilot, we need to add auto throttle, and in turn, with an airplane that's not brand new, we could apply Autoland. So we taught this old dog new tricks. That's how I like to say it.
I love it.
So through a series of a lot of flight testing and utilization of our autopilot and auto throttle and everything in between, we taught this airplane to land itself in the event of an emergency. Now, what's really important about this particular example is that this aircraft can be flown single pilot, and it can carry up to 7 passengers on board. So if you could imagine, you've got 8 people total on board and something happens to that sole pilot on board, those passengers have an out to just hit the button. The airplane will automatically divert to the most suitable airport, and it looks at a variety of criteria. It looks at weather, runway length, the slope of the runway. Is the airport a controlled airport? You know, what kind of services are at the airport? It looks at a variety of different parameters, diverts and lands at that airport. When it touches down, it automatically comes to a stop, and then the engine shut down so the passengers can vacate the aircraft.
That's incredible. That's got to be nerve-wracking, huh? Like you're testing a auto land.
Right. The first couple are it's like an out-of-body experience. You're watching these throttles move on their own. You're watching the aircraft align for the runway on its own.
Let's say it's going wrong, you can immediately grab it and it would go back to your control?
Yeah, we can always exit the auto land mode, you know, if the pilot comes to or something like that. Yes, we can always get out of that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking Garmin, you know, we're in the marine industry, and that same thing, autopilot. I mean, if something were to happen, something pops up real quick, I grab that wheel real fast and avoid an accident, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always what we like to call pilot in the loop.
Okay.
We always have the opportunity to take over if we don't think it's going to do something that we want it to do. Our largest aircraft is kind of a part of that Citation series, and so is this CJ2. This is one of the most popular owner-flown series of Citation jets out there, and again, it can be flown single pilot. We basically have our two large 10-inch displays here. This displays all of our engine information, dual, what we call GTN, GPS nav comms, autopilot, and then we have two backups on either side. So if we were to lose pretty much all of our displays here, we have a backup here and a backup over there, and it has a battery in it too, so we can at least divert and land if something were to really go wrong.
And this is all integrated with Garmin?
Yep.
Everything?
All of it is.
I've noticed so far, it seems like every improvement with Garmin has been safety related, and mostly and meant to make things a little bit easier, but also safer.
We really, like you just pointed out, whether it's in the marine space or the aviation space or anywhere, we really focus on adding different tools. They might be small, but they kind of add up into a really comprehensive safety package, you know? And whether that's auto land or adding auto throttle to your aircraft, or the coupled go-around feature that I mentioned to you. Another safety feature of this cockpit is emergency descent mode, or what we call EDM. So if we're flying along at altitude and we accidentally depressurize, the system will populate a message that says, "Are you awake?" And then we just have to acknowledge it. But if we don't, over a prolonged period of time, the aircraft will eventually descend to a lower altitude out of hopes that we come to, that we get oxygen or whatever's happening, and then fly along and hopefully save you. You know, versus flying along, running out of fuel, and then.
That was perfect timing. As we were just getting out of this plane, the seaplane just rolled up. There's your cleats.
Yeah. Hi, airline.
Yeah. I've got to ask, where's the transducer? How much does this thing draw? All right, Jessica, thanks for letting us visit the hangars here at Garmin. Really cool to understand like how big Garmin is in aviation, and honestly, I'm super jealous of your job. And thank you for touring us and all you guys do out here.
Thanks for visiting us, Aaron.
All right, I'm here with Dave Dunn from Wilmington, actually, good friends from back at home. We're here with Garmin, and you got the InReach in here. Which one is this?
This is the InReach Mini 2.
Okay, I have one, and I use this. I dive with it a lot, and I love sharing this to all our fans because it's a huge safety tool to have on board. Can you just tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we're big into safety also, so we appreciate your content and everything you do, and we want to get this this message out to more of your viewers and our customers also, because this literally can be a lifesaver.
Yeah.
So we say almost anywhere in the world this thing can save you. So we don't want to ever have distress situations, but things happen. So in case something were to happen, whether you're climbing a mountain, you're backpacking out off grid, hunting off grid, or on the boat, this thing can save you if something goes wrong. It can do lots of different things. It can be as simple as, hey, we're offshore fishing, we're into them, I'm gonna be late, I need to let my wife know. You can send a text back to her and say, all good here, be home at 6.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's all great. You take that apprehension away, but in off case something goes wrong and the boat's going down, you can flip this open, hit SOS, and it will instantly send a distress signal through satellite to a call center that Garmin owns, all Garmin employees in Texas, and it will dispatch the appropriate rescue service. If you're in a park, it'll be the Park Service. If you're offshore, it'll be Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And it will actually, once it does, it'll tell you that your message is received and help's on the way.
It's an awesome product, and they also have a dive case that I have, and I strap that on my dive belt. There's missing divers all the time that happen, and I don't really think there's many other products like this that have that capability. So, you know, God forbid something happens, you go missing, you press that button, and at least it's peace of mind that, you know,
Absolutely.
there's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, EPIRBs are great
Yeah.
offshore, but this takes it a step further, because again, let's say you're drifting, you know, the EPIRB drifts away from you or what, just things happen.
Yeah.
As long as you have this with you, as you drift, they can hone in on those coordinates and come directly to you, which cuts out time, which again, ups your odds of survival.
And it's affordable.
It's affordable,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, you know, you never think about safety equipment until you actually need it. So we want to educate more people, like, just have this, be prepared. You know, it goes back to the old Boy Scouts, just be prepared.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're gonna be safer.
Great product, guys, and if you can afford the boat, I think there's no excuse you should have one of these on board too.
Yeah, how much is your life worth, right?
Absolutely. All right, man, thanks again.
Thanks,
I
Eric.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm here with Mason. Hey, thanks for having us, man.
No problem.
Tell us where we are right now.
So right now you're in Olathe, Kansas. This is the main distribution center for Garmin. Facility opened up in approximately 2019, so we've been here for a little over 6 years. I've got around 490,000 square foot facility, so been operating. We ship everything out of here from watch all the way up to our trolling motors. So everything, aviation's fulfilled out of here, auto OEM's fulfilled out of here. So I ship not only within the continental US, but I also ship into Canada and into Central and South America for our distributors down there as well.
Pumping out a lot of orders a day.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go look at it.
All right, we're getting ready to go into the raw materials area here.
Okay.
Again, raw materials for aviation, auto OEM.
Okay.
One of the facts on this that's kind of interesting, from a raw materials perspective, there's actually 24,000 different SKUs or individual items that are out here in this facility. So we do have robots. From an automation perspective, you know, we've got AGVs, they're called fetch robots. So these items are mainly bringing inventory out of our auto OEM manufacturing area over here to be staged. So over in this area is staging for our BMW shipments that go out. So you'll see these fetch robots, they're basically moving totes around.
This aviation section,
Yep.
what are we looking at inside these boxes that you could tell me?
Raw materials.
But when you
So
say raw material, like how is supposed to,
any aspect that goes into an aviation unit, could be capacitors, could be actual metal pieces that are the mounts that go inside the unit.
Okay.
So everything. So if you were to take one of our units and tear it apart,
it's in here.
it's in this facility.
Okay.
here.
Okay. Cool.
So the interesting thing about the robots, you can see the little two tines that are sticking up there.
Yeah.
That's how they move. So they go under,
And grab
those
it.
tines go up and grab it, and then when they drop it off, it comes back down.
That's so cool.
So this is all finished goods.
Yep.
So receiving, put the product away. I've got a couple different methods here to actually get product into my OSR. So OSR, order storage and retrieval system. We just expanded our system last year. I can store over 60,000 totes in that location.
there?
Yeah, so see the little blue totes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I can store 60,000 of those in that racking system that you see over there. So this is our typical decant process. We'll pull a tote out. He's going through, and the system kind of tells him how many units to put in that tote. Go through and pack it out, close it, then it goes on the system. You see this tote that's going up this line right here?
Yep.
Those are items that are ready to be stored in our system.
Okay.
So it's going up.
And they'll be stored up
and
there.
they'll be stored in there. I operate mainly from 6:30 in the morning to 11:30 at night. Last order cutoff for us is about 3 p.m. Our goal is to ship 97.5% of orders same day. So average number of orders or deliveries, I think we get a day is probably roughly around 5,000.
I've never seen a factory like this, like a giant fulfillment center.
So if there's a battery label that's required, it'll put the battery label on it right here, which you get to see that. Sometimes you don't, so put the battery label on it. Then they'll actually do the shipping label.
It's just incredible. I mean, like, we fulfill basic apparel and merchandise, but watching this on this size of a scale, is something that I mean, you know what's going on, but until you see it, it really is mind-blowing, the technology. You have to see it to really understand how much effort and time goes into this. I think it's so cool.
We've got over 700 pockets in this system. Every single pocket has an RFID tag in it.
Okay.
So as it goes through here, I'm getting a scan on that box right there, again, the LPN. It assigns that LPN to that pocket's RFID tag. It then tracks it on my rail system down and tells me where I'm going to drop it downstairs when we get to the city.
What are we seeing in all these boxes, for the most part?
Watches,
Okay.
anything that's small.
Yeah.
So any outdoor item that's small enough to fit in there. Obviously your marine items, they're going to be downstairs, and I'll show you that process down there. So this is our Gaylord sorting area for small parcel shipping. So again, these are my A's and W's that are dropping into the Gaylords down here, so you can kind of see. So based off that RFID tag, when it's going through it, tells it when it needs to drop. It'll drop in there and basically be staged at that point for out.
So it's picking up the tag inside there.
Yep.
That's so wow.
And it's telling it when to open.
Up, yep, here we go. This wraps up our tour at the Garmin headquarters. Incredible place. The work is insane what they do here. Big shout out to Garmin. Thank you so much for having us. You exceeded our expectations, and honestly, I can't wait to come back here.